Alright, so I'm going to go over the Google Merchandise Store and some suggestions that might increase traffic as well as improve the visitor experience and engagement and increase conversion and sales, hopefully. So this is the Google Store right here, and the first suggestion I have is to uh, add more spring and summer wear. So jumping over to the report over here, as you can see in total revenue, it slowly goes up and there's a big spike in the wintertime, but then it drops off in late January. So my thinking here is that if they add um, spring and summer wear, that this sales, which has kind of bottomed out, will begin to rise up again. And they have some good performing items as well, like the hashtag I am remarkable items, which can be found in the monetization tab of Google Analytics. So yeah, down here is the I am remarkable line, and their conversion rate and cart to view rate is really good. And the land and sea style line also has a pretty good conversion rate, and it's kind of spring themed. So yeah, that's the suggestion with those ones. And just another general suggestion to increase traffic is to boost organic search, which is one of their biggest search sources, as you can see here in Google Data Studio. This is the organic search for their whole website. So yeah, SEO will boost that even further, and also work on their referral search as well. So most of their referrals, as you can see from this graph right here, are from their own store. So if they increase referrals from their store, it'll be helpful, but they can also think about increasing referrals from outside sources, like affiliates and that type of thing. So, all right, next is how to improve the visitor experience and engagement. So, um, one thing to work on is mobile optimization, and it's probably pretty mobile optimized already. It is Google, so they're probably already on that. But as you can see from this graph, mobile is not quite up with desktop as far as total users goes. So that's one thing that can still be improved probably. And that includes the buy process. So buy process, or a buying process on mobile devices can sometimes be a little janky. So they just want to make sure that the buying process is as easy as it is on desktop, basically. Next thing, kind of a weird one, but it actually might be really helpful in conversions, is to optimize their website for different languages. So their second biggest source globally of traffic is from India, and as we know, India is not, well, they are English speaking, but they also speak Indian. So yeah, the top 4 countries are predominantly English speaking, so working on the second biggest source of traffic, which is India, could be helpful for that. And all right, next for engagement and experience is working specifically on certain items. So these are the highest converting items, and the highest converting items for them are apparel by far, more specifically YouTube items and men's items. So here are the conversions on the right over here, and item-wise, apparel is number 1, YouTube's number 2, and men is number 3. So men's YouTube apparel is probably really highly converting, so I would work on getting more products from there and focusing their ads on that as well, and other things like referrals too. So moving forward, again, building out products and in this case, more products in high converting sections would increase user engagement time, which is about 1.5 minutes, I believe. So kind of the idea here is to get people to stay on the website more and explore the website more by making more items, and then that will lead to conversions in not only these items but other related items as well. And next is to review the highest engagement rate and event count per user sources. So that is actually down here. So this is the engagement rate per user source, and this is the event count per user source. So these are the top 10 in each. So what I would do if I was them is to review these ones, which have outperformed hundreds of other ones, and see what they did right here as far as like messaging, content creation, and just kind of go over their market in these specific, or from these specific sources. So next is how to increase conversions and sales. So I would, kind of like I said before, I would run ads on their top selling products. So like the YouTube men's products would be a good one. And yeah, we can go over here to monetization, and then e-commerce purchases. Close that out, and then go to top revenue. One sec. Item revenue. And yeah, I would think about running ads on the top maybe 20 products, but it definitely depends what products are kind of hot right now and what products you can group together in ad groups and that type of thing. So probably wouldn't, well, you might run ads on gift cards actually, but maybe you could go with like a professional ad packet up, so you could run ads together like backpacks, tumblers, and messenger bags, and notebooks even, and journals, kind of targeting like the professional crowd. So yeah, next is think about creating an add-on option for gift cards and other small items. If I was to go to the best-selling items in the past 2 months, it's mostly small items. So they could think about adding an option like Amazon does, where you can add on another item to the small, or to any item really, but specifically to the smaller items, so that they get more revenue per sale. And then next is run promotions on low performing days. So weekends are pretty low performing for this specific store, so that's what the dips are. All these dips basically are weekends. So they might think about running ads on these days specifically, or promotions actually, to boost their sales on the weekends. And then what they could do also is pair them with referrals, because referrals are a high revenue source for them. So if you go down here to referrals, their revenue is like by far the highest, at least as far as the revenues that are being tracked goes. So they could do promotions with referrals, and yeah, that'd be good. Probably for weekends, or they could do it during the week as well. So lastly, they could look deeper into referral sources, because currently this graph will show that the referral sources aren't really being tracked that well. They're kind of tracking referrals basically from their own website. So you want to make sure that like Tag Manager is set up right so that it tracks referrals correctly. Because right now they're just tracking from their own website, which is kind of strange. And it would be helpful if they were tracking referrals out of their website as well, rather than just within their website. It's, so something is kind of off with their referral tracking, or that's just how they choose to do it, but that seems kind of unlikely. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Kind of quick and fast overview of the Google Merch website. All right.